Hey, welcome back. Today is March 3rd, Wednesday, and on this post, I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, and see how they can potentially affect the overall altcoin markets in the short-term future, before diving into Loopring, LRC USD, and see what exactly has gone on in this market. I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before we begin today, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you guys are enjoying this content, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you guys want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit of $100 US, and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm purely sharing my own speculation opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you guys have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what exactly is going on in this market. First, most importantly, I do take a look into Bitcoin dominance. Tells me where the money could be trending into. Would be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither. Currently, we do have Bitcoin dominance up almost 0.2%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action up almost 5%, while total altcoin market cap up almost 4.5%. Now, this is the upside of Bitcoin dominance trending upwards. I will usually see total altcoin market cap trailing in gains behind Bitcoin price action. Not bad, but I usually do emphasize Bitcoin dominance trending downwards. Generally speaking, better for both the altcoins, on both the upside and downside. On the daily time frame here for Bitcoin dominance is still my focus, because as I've been saying, there has been development of a bullish pattern here, which is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If this pattern actually plays out for Bitcoin dominance and actually breaks to the upside, the measured target would be about 68%. So not as ideal for the altcoin price action if this pattern actually plays out, because again, on the upside of Bitcoin dominance trending upwards, I will usually see total altcoin market cap trailing in gains behind Bitcoin price action, like we are seeing here today. Not bad, but on the downside, the downside of Bitcoin dominance trending upwards, Bitcoin pullbacks would more bearishly affect altcoin price action, as we have seen last week when Bitcoin price action was pulling back while Bitcoin dominance was trending up. Okay. Now let's see which way Bitcoin dominance will actually break. Okay. Let's go over to Bitcoin price action here and see what exactly the price action is doing. Daily 21 MA is still the resistance, the key resistance here, which is the blue line right here. Okay. I did say there has been a mixture of bullish and bearish signals on Bitcoin price action. Bearish signals mostly coming from the higher time frame RSIs on the monthly and the weekly time frame RSIs. I do think that the 3-day time frame RSI bearish divergence has played out already. I'll get to that in 1 second. But the bullish signal here is that it has been forming a falling wedge pattern. Price action broke above it. Measured target is about 59K. Now the next bullish signal I'm looking for is seeing if the price action can actually get back on top of this daily 21 MA with a daily candle close, which closes in about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and staying closed above this daily 21 MA. Now any pullbacks here for Bitcoin price action could still affect the overall altcoin price action. Magnitude of that effect would depend on how far up or down Bitcoin dominance is trending. Let's go over to the 3-day 21 MA, the 3-day time frame here, where they say there was bearish divergence right here. Price action pulled back. My conservative estimate is usually that the price action retreats to the next closest moving average. In this case will be the 3-day 21 MA, the blue line right here. It looks like the price action did not even get to that conservative estimate. Okay. Which, in my opinion, it's a bullish signal there, because buy pressure just came in earlier than expected, and right now it has actually rebounded almost as far or over that last red candle here. So in this case, it's still a bullish sign to me. Like I said, the next bullish sign is getting daily candle closes above the daily 21 MA. Okay. Let's go over to LRC USD and see what exactly could be going on here. So usually when I take a look into any smaller particular markets, I will usually go for checking for red flags on top of the monthly timeframes down to the daily timeframes, which I consider to be macro timeframes. Even though I think it matters less right now, because I still do think Bitcoin price action and dominance are still the focus right now. Okay. Monthly time frame here, I don't see an RSI reading, so let's go down to the weekly. Weekly time frame, we did pull back, okay, from an RSI reading of about 87. And if the price action was to make a higher high again on the weekly time frame, it does need to beat the last RSI reading of about 87 to negate possible bearish divergence. 3-day time frame here, a very similar story. There was bearish divergence on the 3-day time frame, retreated to my conservative estimate here, which would be the 3-day 21 MA, before bouncing back up here. Okay. However, if the price action was to make a new high on the 3-day time frame as well, it does need to beat the last RSI reading of about 77 to negate bearish divergence. Daily time frame, pretty similar story. The last RSI had the last high had an RSI reading of about 75, so that is to beat to negate bearish divergence if the price action was to make a new high here. Now let's take a look into what exactly could be going on in this chart. Okay. Now, since the drop here, I don't see any particular patterns that has formed on the higher time frames. Okay. So I can only do an estimate here. So I have 3 possible estimates for now, based on the price action right now, but they have not been validated. Okay. My first estimate here is that it could be forming an ascending triangle pattern with the resistance to be about 80 cents, okay, which has been based on past trading history. We have not had any 3-day time frame candles above this 80-cent area and a psychological resistance, excuse me. Okay. So possible scenario here, ascending triangle pattern. I'm still looking for that second swing up and down to validate this pattern. If this pattern actually plays out, if this pattern actually develops and plays out, the measured target is taken by the difference of the opening of the pattern, which would be about 80 cents, just to be even, minus 45 cents, just to be even. That's about 35 cents. Adding it back on top of 80 cents would be about $1.15, just to be even, approximately measured targets. Now, measured targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. That's bullish estimate number 1. That was on the 3-day time frame. Okay. Now, on the daily time frame here, I do see 2 possible scenarios here. One is an inverse head and shoulders pattern that has not yet been fully developed, of course, with the neckline or the resistance to be about 85 cents. Okay. Another scenario that can also happen is a possible cup and handle pattern, which is very similar to an inverse head and shoulders pattern, however, with an extra handle there. Okay. So, in my opinion, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, if it develops, it will be faster to play out because it doesn't have that extra rounded bottom, at least from a very early estimate. Okay. But still with similar measured targets. If that is the case, I'm looking at a measured target for both of these scenarios with the resistance or the neckline to be about 85 cents minus about 45 cents, just to be even. So a difference of about 40 cents. Adding it back on top of 85 cents would be $1.25 for either the inverse head and shoulders pattern or the cup and handle pattern. Now, this is given that that 3 of these patterns have the exact resistance or neckline as I have mentioned. That could change. Okay, so I'll pay attention to any price action data that comes in that could possibly change it or even change the patterns overall. Okay. Now let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios. Bullish case scenario here. So for the inverse head and shoulders pattern and the cup and handle pattern, given that these patterns develop and the necklines do not change, price action gets daily candle closes above this 85 cents resistance or neckline, staying closed, daily candle closes above this 85 cents and go towards its measured target. That's the bullish case scenario for this possible inverse head and shoulders pattern and this cup and handle pattern that has not yet been validated. Bullish case scenario number 2, if the price action here actually forms an ascending triangle pattern, most notably on the 3-day time frame, then I'm looking for a 3-day candle close above this 80 cents level. Staying closed, 3-day candle closes above this 80 cent level and go towards its measured target. Now that's the bullish case scenario for if this ascending triangle pattern develops and breaks out. Bearish case scenario for all 3 of these estimates here. The bottom I am looking at would be about 50 cents daily candle close. Okay, that is the bottom for all 3 of these estimates for my patterns here. If we start getting daily candle closes below this 50 cent area, I'll be cautious because this will actually invalidate all 3 of these patterns for me because this is the bottom I am using for a measured target. Okay, it could be forming a similar pattern with the lower bottom then, or it could actually be forming another pattern that is that should be reevaluated, or could be even bearish if we start getting daily candle closes below 50 cents. Now these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know agreements, disagreements, feedback. I love to hear them. Hope you manage your risk carefully, and if you'd like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.